In 1920, an unlikely young legislator from a tiny Tennessee town is faced with a vote on a constitutional amendment that will grant voting rights for all American women, both then present and all future women. In the face of intense opposition, comical and inexplicable to modern audiences, will he listen to his mother? My name is Candace Corrigan, and in this episode of A Vote of Her Own podcast, think history meets musical theater. I want to share a song and also give you some examples on how you can become involved in making this beautiful musical a reality. We are partnered with I Fund Women, a reward-based crowdfunding platform that assists women in raising funds for their entrepreneurial and artistic projects. For any donation, $25 or more, we will send you this 5x7 Susan B. Anthony card in an envelope. We also have 2 different sets of 5 cards and envelopes of colorized political cartoons of the day. We have a CD of the songs from the first 5 episodes of our podcast series. We have a 60-minute DVD of How Southern Women Won the Vote, an earlier project that my team and I did for public television. And for a $101 donation, that's $1 for every year of voting rights, we will feature your business, your organization, or a tribute to your mother on all of our social media, as well as in our final video and DVD. All donations are tax deductible. For today's musical offering, we are presenting Hurrah, Son, and Vote for Suffrage, a song that I wrote in the honor of the 2 statues in Knoxville, Tennessee, commemorating the efforts that led to the passage of the 19th Amendment.
In a little town in the hills of Tennessee, a mother at her writing desk sits thinking of her son. An evening mountain breeze comes in through an open window. She sits to write a letter before the day is done. On the mantle of a fireplace, an old clock starts to chime, telling her the hour on the fading day. As she glances at the dial, she smiles a little smile, thinking of the words that she would say. So hurrah, son, and vote for suffrage. I've been reading some of the speeches in the paper against. I wondered how you stood, hadn't noticed anything good. I hope that you're not sitting on the fence. Don't forget to be a good boy and follow your conscience to the highest moral law. Help Mrs. Cat put the rat in ratification for the woman suffrage cause. 1 week later in a city 200 miles away, her darling boy comes home to his hotel late at night, weary with the heat of a summer night around him. He opens up the door and himself a glass of water. He picks up the envelope written in a familiar hand, begins to read the letter from his mother. So hurrah, son, and vote for suffrage. I've been reading some of the speeches in the paper against. I wondered how you stood, haven't noticed anything good. I hope that you're not sitting on the fence. Don't forget to be a good boy and follow your conscience to the highest moral law. Help Mrs. Cat put the rat in ratification for the woman suffrage cause. Well, the next day at the Capitol, all the galleries were packed, and the temperature kept rising as the vote was called. He looked into his pocket at the letter from his mother, found himself the courage as he stood up in the hall. And when the votes were counted and his had turned the tide, there were accusations plenty, but he told them all with pride. In a difficult decision, no matter what the price, I found it safe to listen to my own mother's advice. So hurrah, son, and vote for suffrage. I've been reading some of the speeches in the paper against. I wondered how you stood, hadn't noticed anything good. I hope that you're not sitting on the fence.